Welcome to World History TV. We're set to embark on an incredible journey through time. From ancient civilizations to modern-day events, we explore stories that have shaped our world. Our rich tapestry of human experience offers countless lessons and fascinating insights. Whether you're a history buff or simply curious about the past, you've come to the right place. Grab your passport to the past. We're delving into defining moments of our history. Together, we'll uncover the events and personalities that made today possible. Join us as we discover the moments that define us on World History TV. The Swedish Empire era. The Swedish Empire era, spanning from the early 17th century to the early 18th century, marked a period of immense territorial expansion, military power, and influence for Sweden. Sweden transitioned from a relatively small kingdom to one of Europe's major powers, thanks largely to its disciplined military and strategic leadership. This era was defined by a series of successful campaigns and territorial acquisitions around the Baltic Sea, making Sweden a central player in European politics. The rise of Swedish power under Gustavus Adolphus. Military reforms and modernization. Gustavus Adolphus, crowned in 1611, is often regarded as the architect of the Swedish Empire. Known as the Lion of the North, he implemented comprehensive military reforms, transforming the Swedish army into one of the most efficient and innovative forces in Europe. He introduced new tactics, improved training, and established a permanent standing army. 30 Years' War and Swedish intervention. In 1630, Gustavus Adolphus entered the 30 Years' War, supporting Protestant states in Germany against Catholic Habsburg forces. His participation not only secured Sweden's Protestant allies but also elevated Sweden as a protector of Protestant interests in Europe. His victory at the Battle of Bredenfeld in 1631 demonstrated Sweden's military prowess and established its influence across the continent. Territorial expansion around the Baltic Sea. Swedish dominance of the Baltic region. Throughout the 17th century, Sweden focused on gaining control over territories around the Baltic Sea, including parts of present-day Finland, Estonia, Latvia, and northern Germany. This expansion was driven by Sweden's desire to control key trade routes, natural resources, and regional influence. Treaty of Westphalia, 1648. The 30 Years' War concluded with the Treaty of Westphalia, which granted Sweden territories in northern Germany, such as Pomerania and Bremenvierden. This elevated Sweden's political and economic status and solidified its position as a major European power. The role of Queen Christina and Charles X. Queen Christina and cultural flourishing. Following Gustavus Adolphus' death in battle in 1632, his daughter Queen Christina took the throne in 1644. Known for her intellect and cultural interests, Christina invited scholars, artists, and scientists to Sweden, fostering a cultural renaissance. However, she abdicated the throne in 1654 and converted to Catholicism, an unusual move for a Swedish monarch. Charles X and the Deluge in Poland. Charles X Gustav, who succeeded Christina, led successful military campaigns in Poland, known as the Deluge, 1655–1660. These campaigns expanded Swedish influence in Poland and helped secure more territories, although some were later relinquished. Sweden's zenith under Charles XI and Charles XII. The strong monarchy of Charles XI. Charles XI further centralized power, turning the monarchy into an absolute institution. His administrative and financial reforms strengthened Sweden's military and economy, preparing the empire for future conflicts. He was known for implementing policies that improved tax revenue, stabilized the currency, and allowed for a stronger state-controlled army. Charles XII and the Great Northern War. Charles XII ascended the throne in 1697 at the age of 15. His reign was marked by the Great Northern War, 1700–1721, in which Sweden fought against a coalition led by Russia, Denmark, Norway, and Poland. Although Charles initially achieved remarkable victories, such as at the Battle of Narva, his prolonged campaigns strained Sweden's resources. Defeat at Poltava and decline of the empire. The decisive Battle of Poltava in 1709 was a catastrophic defeat for Sweden, as Russian forces under Peter the Great emerged victorious. This marked the beginning of the end for the Swedish Empire, as the loss weakened its military might and territorial hold in the Baltic region. End of the Swedish Empire in the Treaty of Nystad. Loss of Baltic territories. After Charles XII's death in 1718, Sweden struggled to maintain its empire. The Treaty of Nystad, signed in 1721, ended the Great Northern War and forced Sweden to cede several territories to Russia, including Estonia, Livonia, and parts of Karelia. This significantly reduced Sweden's power and influence in the Baltic. Shift from empire to constitutional monarchy. Following the war, Sweden transitioned from an absolute monarchy to a constitutional one, marking the end of Sweden's imperial ambitions. The Age of Liberty, 1719-1772, introduced a period of parliamentary rule, as the Swedish Riksdag, parliament, took on a greater role in governance. The Swedish Empire era was an impressive but ultimately unsustainable period of territorial expansion, driven by strong military capabilities and strategic ambitions. This time cemented Sweden's legacy as a significant European power, but its decline following the Great Northern War marked a shift toward stability and governance reforms. Sweden's imperial aspirations faded, and the country began to prioritize internal development and regional diplomacy over foreign conquests.